Well, welcome to the Rokani Media Football, and it's the football news show. Arsenal back for Alexander Isak, and they obviously want to sign the player to obviously make him their number one target. And this comes in after Arsenal went ahead to obviously lose to Newcastle, and who was the man responsible for them losing? It was Alexander Isak. One chance, one header into the back of the net. Cross, I think, was brought in by what is the name of that young lad who was playing at right back and went ahead of his put in a very beautiful shift altogether. And guess what went ahead to happen? Isak went ahead obviously put that ball into the back of the net. Welcome to this channel. I think the third video of the day, and we are powered by Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops, and even if you want used phones and used laptops, call them on +256 70 9988 665 and you will thank me later. Then they also have affordable smartwatches. You can call them on the same amount of, you can call them on the same number, and you will really tell me that Rokani, you've given me the best deal of the day. Now, who has gone ahead obviously break the story? It's Corn Marbles, one of those flies on the walls of Arsenal. He has come up and told us that Arsenal have made Alexander Isak their number one striker target. Now, he hasn't gone ahead to specify whether in the summer or in the winter transfer window. Winter transfer window opens on 1st January and ends on the 31st of January. Then for the summer transfer window, it obviously opens in June. You know that very well. It opens up in June, and that's how things really have to go on as planned. So I think for the club of Arsenal, they're really looking right. I tell you, they are really looking right. And I've already told you that there are two strikers that I believe Arsenal should go in for: Benjamin Sesko or Alexander Isak. Those are my people that I've always gone ahead to speak about consistently onto this channel, that they can come up and obviously change a lot. You understand? They can come and obviously change a lot into the system of Arsenal as far as scoring goals are really concerned. They're really complete strikers, and Alexander Isak ticks the hugest box of all because he has come in the Premier League and he has proven his worth. He has shown us that he can really put in a very beautiful shift altogether to see to it that all really comes to pass. And I tell you what, he is that player that you cannot really resist it if you are a top club, because Newcastle had ambitions of obviously turning it around, really becoming one of the best teams in the world, but they did it just for one season, and guess what? The following season they never really matched the energy. And last season he played 30 Premier League games, 21 goals and 2 assists, and this season he has played 10 games, 4 goals and 2 assists. And people are like, he's on the decline. No, one thing you obviously have to know about the Premier League is that most of the goals that we see, or that really make the season of a player, always come through in the second half of the season. And you'll see to it that very many players are going to obviously come up and score like 15 goals from January to May. You understand? That's what is really going to happen. So that is exactly what the side of Arsenal is all about. But I think he's a proven striker in the Premier League. He has really gone ahead, obviously put in a required shift altogether, and we just love what he does, especially in the tight spaces. And he's this kind of striker who can obviously create himself space, because of his footwork. He has a very good footwork. He really plays very well in tight spaces, and he drifts off the right very well. He drifts off the left very well. Through the central axis, he's that good. And the most important bit of it all is that he's not an injury-prone player that you can obviously come out and say he'll obviously miss very many games. If a player can get you 30 games in the Premier League, then he deserves all the links to Arsenal and all the praise, because he came in through 2022, 2023, he played 22 Premier League games, Then 2023, 2024, 30 Premier League games, and we're waiting to see how he really goes ahead, obviously, and wait to see how many he's really going to be playing this season. So he's having a height of 1.92 meters. That is Alexander Isak, and he's really one of those players that has gone ahead, obviously, put in a very beautiful shift in the Premier League. I love the player, and I know Arsenal are really having Kai Havertz, but with Gabriel Jesus, obviously, being injury prone and failing to fit into the team of Arsenal because of his inconsistency that has been caused by injuries, I think in the summer they'll think about moving him on. That is it. Gabriel Jesus will be up for sale. I tell you, he'll be up for sale unless otherwise he saves his season. If you cannot really out-compete a person who is not a striker, that is Kai Havertz, who's being played out of position, then you don't deserve to be at Arsenal. So him and Zinchenko, the two players that came up and obviously changed the thoughts of Arsenal of really fighting for top four and told them that we can really win the league, are really going to find themselves in a position that is really very, 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 very tough. I tell you, because they might be moved on next season as Arsenal will be looking for different players all together. You understand? So most of you might be asking yourselves, now if Isak comes in through, who leaves? Obviously Gabriel Jesus will leave, but Arsenal also has interest in Sheshko, one. They also have interest in Jokares. You understand? Now the decision will be who of those has the qualities they are really admiring. You get? But I think it's always better to go in for Premier League proven player. And when you look at Isak, he's having a height of 1.92. We know that very well. His physicality is undoubted, and he's still young, 25 years of age. And September next year, that's when he's really going to be making 26. And if you tell me Jokares and Alexander Isak, I tell you, I go Alexander Isak, because this is a Premier League proven striker. Jokares is really scoring goals in the La Liga, in the Portuguese league. That doesn't make him one of the best strikers in the world. You have to be playing in top leagues to obviously earn that name. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But Isak is on the ladder of Arsenal, and Arsenal are really back for the guy. Now, after having a very, 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 very irritating game against Liverpool yesterday, Kylian Mbappe couldn't obviously even face the camera, but his fellow counterpart, known as Jude Bellingham, stood up for him and obviously stood defense for the player. And these are the words he said. Kylian Mbappe's penalty miss. When asked about it, he said it happens. He's a wonderful player, but the pressure they hold him to because of how good he is huge. The penalty miss is not the reason we lost. We were not good enough as a collective. They played better. Now, I think Bellingham has hit the nail at its top. This is the fact, the cold harsh fact that people never wanted to hear about this guy. Because Jude Bellingham has come out and really spoken it. I've seen people piling all the darts, all the criticism onto a player called Jude Bellingham. And I'm like, Kylian Mbappe. And I'm like, did these people watch this game? And was there any Madrid player that was really good enough? I think their best player in the field of play was the goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois. You understand? So, mere hearing that obviously sends you a message that no one was really good. You understand? So, if your goalkeeper has been your best player, that means you've been played on your defensive, you are forced obviously play negative passes, and you're not threatening at all. There is no way you can obviously blame Kylian Mbappe when even other players like Jude Bellingham, Luka Modric, name it, we are really bad. they really looked bad, and they never at any one moment really looked like they're obviously coming close to a goal. You understand? So I think Jude Bellingham was going to obviously speak out my mind, but the team of Real Madrid was bad in general. Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe can keep his head high. I know for sure that he'll produce many big moments for this club. Obviously, he will. He will. It's just a moment of time. And I don't know whether I'm really putting this out a lot, but I've already told you, never judge a player in his first season, and especially for those that haven't gone ahead, obviously have a pre-season with the club. They're using this first season to obviously fit into the club. You get? And for Kylian Mbappe, he's one of those players that is playing in a club that has lost very many creative players, and the creative spark has been lost by the side of Real Madrid. So I really understand what he's really going in through. And I beg people to obviously start to look at football and players in an objective way. You get? Most people are really very, 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 very subjective, and that really doesn't really make sense to the people. I know everyone in the game of football is entitled to his own opinion, but I tell you what, I think we should look better at certain things. But their manager has also come out and really said the following, that is Carlo Ancelotti: the solution to Kylian Mbappe's problem is patience. That's what he said. Mbappe is an exceptional player, and he's working well and adapting well. Obviously, when you look at his numbers in the La Liga, there is no way going to come out and really say that he's really not really shining, because he's fighting hard to obviously put in the shift, And when you look at his stats at Real Madrid, Champions League 5 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. La Liga 12 games, 7 goals and 1 assist. You get? Super Cup 1 game, 1 assist. 1 goal. So he's having 9 goals this season in 19 games. I think that's not bad for him, though people really believe that he should be that guy that is obviously going to come out and really turn around the side of Real Madrid. And what people are really forgetting is Real Madrid are really trying to get back where they're supposed to be. Last season, them winning the Champions League, and the La Liga, never obviously described how good this team is. The guy known as Toni Kroos went ahead and obviously put in a very beautiful shift altogether, and went ahead obviously see to it that all really moved on. So for me, I'm really excited about Kylian Mbappe, and I know he still has a lot in his tank, and he's really gonna put in a very beautiful shift all together as a player. So that's what we had in here onto the Rokani Media Football. Your thoughts onto Arsenal back for Alexander Isak. Do you think they should go in for Isak, Gyökeres, or Benjamin Sesko? I think those are the three most important things, obviously, not three most important players to talk about in this equation. But also, we have to obviously look through and understand what it's really going to be like, you understand, for Ferguson, because Evan Ferguson is a variable. He's going to be a variable on loan. So that's what we had for now. See you later. Bye-bye and good night to those going to bed. Those ones that are still awake, Man United obviously is leading by 3-2 at Old Trafford against Bodo Glimt. Rasmus Højlund with a brace. If you need more about that, obviously it's all going to be at the United Matters channel. Bye-bye.